My dad remarried a single mom with 3 children, and now they've moved into our home, but they're already making my life a living nightmare. My dad married my stepmother 3 months ago, and I feel like it made my life significantly harder and less pleasant. Along with her moving in with us, she brought along her 3 children, and for the indefinite future this situation will not change. We have a 3-bedroom house, and before they moved in, my dad and I had our own rooms with bathrooms, and there was a smaller room which was an office for my dad. Jenny, 16F, got my room, and I had to share the smaller room with Tom and Mike, who are both 10 years old. All my things are packed and in the basement now since there's no space anymore. This made me really angry, but my dad told me that I have to be a team player, and this is what he and his wife agreed on. Jenny treats me like crap. She sometimes acts as if I'm not there at all, and sometimes is super aggressive and hostile towards me. The other day I asked Tom to stop going through my things, and she became so angry that she said, I have no right to order her brother around, and she told me to get it through my thick skull that I'm not their big brother to tell them what to do, even though all I asked was for them to stop going through my things. She said it's best if I don't talk to them at all, since that way they will get less influence from a weirdo like me. What I don't get is that if she's so concerned that I might leave a bad influence on Tom and Mike, why doesn't she take them into her room? Tom and Mike don't respect any boundaries, and they're always scurrying through my stuff. I have a watch which was a gift from my mom who passed from cancer, and they took it from my drawer and lost it. I found it weeks later in the basement with its front glass broken. Before they moved in, I used to get a $100 allowance every month. Now Jenny gets $75, I get $35, and Tom and Mike each get $30. I had an Xbox, but these kids broke it. I used to spend a lot of time with my dad. He used to come see me play basketball almost every week, but he hasn't done it even once in the past 3 months since he's always working overtime. We eat out once a week, and none of them in these 3 months have been to any of my favorite places, but Jenny, Tom and Mike have each chosen their favorites more than once. I complained about all of it to my father last week, and he told me that family is all about sacrifice and I have to make mine. Haven't I made enough sacrifices already? I looked forward to them moving in here, but I now feel like an outsider at home, as if it's not even my home anymore. I spend as much time as I can outside because inside is so frustrating, and my dad keeps telling me that not being around means I'm not accepting them as part of the family, while in reality it's the opposite. So I get grounded for not being around, but being around is horrible. I don't want to live here anymore, but I'm only 15 and can't move out. I have nobody else who can take me in, but I can't stay here for 3 more years or else I'll go crazy. Update. I decided to just ask my dad and stepmother for some time to talk to them, and I just showed them my original post and all the feedback. They told me that they need more time to read through it, and we'll talk about it in a couple of days. 2 nights later my dad asked me to come to their room, and to make things short they got it and understood me. They both hugged me, and at some point my stepmother started crying. They apologized to me for their negligence and told me that they screwed this up. They put all their attention and focus on helping my step-siblings adjust given the new living arrangement and everything, but neglected how difficult it must have been for me. They promised me that things will change. About the room arrangement, they realized that it's not reasonable. So they offered me the basement, as a lot of you suggested. We went to the store and bought a lot of supplies and made it a family exercise for everyone to contribute, refurbishing the basement and making it like a bedroom. So finally I'll have my own room now. It won't have a bathroom like before, but I can really share a bathroom with the boys. That's not a problem. The money allowance changed as well. It was Jenny $75, me $35, and Mike and Tom $30 each. Now it's Jenny $60, me $50, and the boys $30 each. So $15 from Jenny comes to me now. I think it's much more fair. It's not as good as the $100 I used to have, but this arrangement is something I can easily understand and accept. My stepmother told me that Jenny's problem is not me. It's that her mother married, and she doesn't like that because she was hopeful that she would return to her dad. Now she's trying to make this not work, and I'm just in her crosshairs. Apparently she's been a little bitch to my dad as well. She promised me that she will handle Jenny and make sure she won't be a problem. As for the boys, this is the most difficult one as they're both 10. They gave me a small lock so I can lock my bag for now, and when the basement is ready I can lock its door, and only me and the parents will have the key, so at least my stuff will be safe now from them. My parents also made little changes to make things easier. They told me that I can come to them for any problems, and my dad promised me some father-son time every couple of weeks as well. They addressed most of the issues and found solutions, and so far they've done their best to do everything that they promised. Jenny came to me a few nights later and asked if I would come with her for a walk in the neighborhood, as she wanted to talk to me. So we went, and she apologized to me for everything and told me that she didn't and still doesn't like that her mom married my dad, and she was forwarding her anger and frustration towards me, which was not right. She said that I'm probably going through similar things like her, and really there's no reason for us to make each other's lives even more difficult than it already is. So I accepted her apology, and we shook hands on being on the same team from now on, and honestly she's been very different ever since. She's helping me a lot in preparing the basement, and she makes Tom and Mike help as well. The other day when I asked Tom to turn down the TV volume and he refused, Jenny told him to listen to your big brother.